Okay, then so let's say you've got lots of arms to your business, lots of property knowledge and information. Strip it back for someone that's, again, thinking about going down this route, right? If you had to pick one cash flow model, one investment model, which are you picking for each side?
For each side?
Yeah, as in one for investment. So like, is it in one? Would you do HMOs, SA, buy-to-let? And then on the other side, what would you use your cash flow model? Rent to rent, sourcing, training.
So for me personally, I'd be focusing on 100% the BRR. The exit depends on the person. It depends on the risk appetite. So I definitely think an exit onto buy-to-let just still works. It's easier, it's more simple, it flows a lot better, and I think most investors should build the foundations on that. So if I'm looking to buy one or two houses, I just won't bother. And I think you have that same analogy as well, don't you?
Yeah.
I'd be looking to build a portfolio. So BRR is what gets you that. The exit onto that is dependent on how many you have, your risk profile. But buy-to-let is how I'd start every time. Get to 5, and then you can determine if you want to diversify. And then on the other side, so if I'm looking to get into property, I'd be doing property sourcing. That is what, even now, when we're buying, we're doing this, property sourcing is where I focus. Because you're learning, you're finding deals, you're speaking to agents, you're speaking to investors. If you're doing it properly, you've got like your KPIs through the week where you're messaging, you're posting, you're doing what you need to be doing. And you can be earning 5, 6, even more in some instances, thousands of pounds per deal. So I mean, even if you go out to do it and you're finding these deals and you're selling even 3 a year, adds 15 to 20 grand to your income. Like for me, back when we first started, that'd changed my life anyway. But it also, you start to understand what's real, what can happen. You start meeting more investors. You start getting more into it all then. So I think that is the perfect stepping stone. But again, even now, that is my focus.
Yeah.
Because and I mean, it's your focus as well, isn't it?
100%. And like those ideas as to why you would choose sourcing, these guys probably would have heard me say similar. It's just the activity is what breeds more deals for yourself. The income for yourself as well. It's just the form of being active is the best thing in property, really, isn't it?
It's the whole earn while you learn, I think, really sums it up. So you're learning all about property in general, good deals to compare to bad, investors, how to invest, even economics, supply demand, why, everything that's happening in the market, like I said about renters' rights and etc. You're learning about all of it whilst earning very good money.
Yeah.
So, 100%.
Getting paid to build your skills, really, aren't you?
Yeah. So. Yeah, and do you know what's a good point to touch upon in terms of it is a skill. So people always have that, oh, what if I can't do it? It's like, oh, that's a skill, and with skills you can improve. With skills you can get better and better and better.
Yes.
So if you're 2 months in, you're like, all right, I'm really struggling with something. It's not like, okay, it's not for you. Yeah. It's like, okay, well, how do we get better?
What I want to end on is, what would you do if you were starting from scratch right now, which is kind of linked to which business you would choose, and we've talked about that.
Yeah.
But for someone watching who's got no properties, they've maybe got 50 to 70k in capital. Like, what's your first move? Give them a little bit of a blueprint for the next 6 months, 12 months.
Nice. Yeah. So I would BRR. So I would, depending on location, access capital, risk management, a few different factors, I'd outsource, I'd work with someone that's an expert, but I'd also try to learn as well, only because I'd have more time in the future because I'd want to do it, but some investors would just go, I don't want to learn. Fine. I would find somewhere where you can buy well. 2 ways of adding value. The first way is negotiate stronger. The second way is do a bit of work, maybe not as much as this. But buy something where you can negotiate a price well, add a bit of value, whatever that looks like, refurbish it if it needs. If you're an investor that goes, I just want as little risk as possible, I'd go turnkey and just negotiate even stronger. Then I'd refinance, but I'd refinance in the future. So buy it, get some income, make some money. Whether the income is something like this or whether the income is just standard buy-to-let, again, it depends on the investor. For me, I would always start in buy-to-let. So buy something strong, refurb if it needs it, rent it out to standard private AST, and then refinance in the future. Yeah. The thing is with nowadays, because there's so much noise, and you'll push this message, I'm sure, because there's so much noise, because there's so much out there. People look at property and they're going, oh, well, you can buy, do it up, and then you get all your money back within 2 weeks, and you can go again. It's like property was never meant for that strategy. Property, if you speak to anyone that has been doing it for decades, they'll always say, we never used to do it like this. We used to just buy it and then refinance and take the most out. Even they probably wouldn't even say that. They just, you buy it and then you rent it out, and then in 20, 30 years you go, great investment. Nowadays there's more strategic ways, but we still want to find that middle ground of going, do it and do it well, But if you're investing in property, it's for long term.
Yeah,
So.
completely agree, and very good advice for someone starting. So yeah,